Hey YouTube, West Texas Prepper, bringing you a video on cleaning out my truck box for the back of my truck. About once a year during the Christmas time when my pool business really slows down and I'm out of school for a couple of weeks, this is one of the things that I do is I pull this out and completely go through everything and clean out my box. I originally purchased this truck box in 1991 and it's still in good shape, and I just noticed if you can see right there, I've finally developed a crack in one of the lids, which isn't detrimental to what's going on. But one of the things I do is I go in and it just gets dirty inside. I apologize for having to use a flashlight for this, but it just gets dirty inside from a couple things. Reasons why is you can see right around the edge here. That's a little better. I had this weather stripping and it's finally just worn out. This is the original weather stripping that came with it, and this is still pretty soft. It does a good job. That's the original weather stripping. I don't think it came with a piece here. I think that's one that I added on. But what I'm going to do is go back in, and I had originally, when I first bought this, put weather stripping again around the sides here. And so what I'm going to do is get all that cleaned off, because you can see here on this one that it's dried up. It's just hard and just pulls right off of there. So I mean, it's, you know, for being put on in probably 91, maybe no later than 92. How long that's been on there, 20 years, I've gotten some good use out of this box. It was originally in my Ford Ranger, now it's in my my work truck that I have. It was, of course, you know, it was a work truck back then too. So I go in and clean everything out. I'll get it vacuumed out, wiped down. You know, you have spills and things that go on from fluids and things that I keep in here. You know, so we'll get that wiped down and get this cleaned off, and we'll get new weather stripping put on it. It doesn't have to be back in the truck for a while, but I'm probably going to run to Lowe's, pick up a few other things for some projects, and get that done today, and get some weather stripping, get that on here. And then what I do when I go through, I pull everything out of my box and go through and sort, because I just wind up getting stuff thrown in there throughout the course of the year. I go through and check some of my preps that are in there, make sure that they are in good shape, resupply anything. You can see right there is my first aid kit that goes in just the box itself, and so I'll go through. I know I need to resupply it. I'm running short on band-aids in there. There's my bug out box kit that stays in there. I'm actually going to go through it, so I'll shoot another video on it and get it posted. I've got some things to add to that, do some checking on gear. Wool blanket. I should have another wool blanket. Oh, yeah, big green thing laying on the ground. That's another wool blanket that I have in there. This is a new acquisition that I picked up. I haven't even unwrapped it. That was something that I was going through some of my dad's stuff and found it in there, so I just threw it in the box, so we'll keep that in there. Lights, quite a few lights that are in there. Some tools that I don't need that just get thrown in there from odd jobs. Keep 2 gallons of water. Excuse me. Keep 2 gallons of water in there. One for radiator, but also it is drinkable water. You know, run it through a filter. This water's probably been in there a couple of years, so what I'll do is I will clean those out, bleach the bottles, and refill them with clean water and put them back in there. And if I ever need water, I know I've got water. I keep a filter in here, so if I need to filter it, I feel unsafe for some reason, I can always run it through the filter. I can always boil it, because I'm going to have means to boil in my box there. That's something I'm going to add to that. Fluids, a couple extra quarts of oil, some other fluids there, sunscreen, since I am in the pool business. So I'll just resupply. All those get sat in this box here that goes in, and I'll show you how I reorganize this. There's a toolbox that has road flares and some emergency flares in there. There again, emergency fire starting. Fuel siphon. Those bars, metal bars that you see, are for the pool business. Taking off pool covers. I've got a tape, you know, measure for measuring. Just all sorts of stuff. A couple of towels that stay in there. So we'll go through all that, and I'll show you how I get that put in. And you can see I've added a tray in here that's actually bolted down that I use to put some of the smaller items in. That's where I keep my first aid kit. You can see I have some mag light mounts there. I actually had to put 3 because if you hit a good bump, it would pop out of there. And so I'll, oops, sorry. My zoom keeps sticking for some reason on this camera. I need to get in there and clean it. So I've got the mag light mounts. Get my mag light back in there. Just a good access for the toolbox. But, you know, this toolbox has really been a workhorse for me. Like I said, it's put it in 1991. And it is just got my money's worth out of it. I think I paid, I don't know, I want to say $90 for it when I first bought it. And I've just really gotten a lot of good use out of it, and done a lot of things with it, and really incredible. So that's what I'm doing today, just sort of working on my box. And as I get things put back together, I will show you how I stock it, and we'll do that later. But thanks for watching, YouTube. Hope everybody's having a good Christmas season, New Year's Eve season. And I'm going to have a lot of videos to post once I get back to school and get all those edited and get them up on the YouTube. But thanks for watching. Appreciate it. Do what you can with what you have, where you're at.